Welcome to the dismantling. If you're watching this, you've survived the diagnostics. You know about the biohardware. You know about the 5-second lag. You know that the system isn't just out there in the government or the banks. It is running on your own neural pathways. But knowing the problem doesn't fix it. Most of you have been aware of your issues for 10 years. You know you have money blocks. You know you have anger issues. You know you sabotage relationships. You have read the books. You have done the affirmations. And yet, when the pressure hits, when the bank account drops, when the text message comes in, you react exactly the same way you did 5 years ago. Why? Because you're trying to fight malware with willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. It's a battery. The program is an automated loop. It runs on electricity. The electricity always wins. Today, we stop fighting. We start deleting. We're going to install the core operating system of this entire community. It is the weapon you will carry with you every single day. It is the tool that separates the persona, which is the robot, from the architect, the creator. It's called the Deletion Protocol, and the access code is FAFO. Part 2, the physics of the past. This is the reality shift, classical versus quantum. Before I give you the tool, you need to understand why it works. Because if your logical mind doesn't buy it, your subconscious won't execute it. Look at this chart. On the left, you have classical physics. This is the world the system taught you to live in. It is deterministic, cause and effect. Cause, my father yelled at me when I was 7. The effect, I'm afraid of conflict at 35. The system tells you that the past is concrete. It tells you that your history is a heavy backpack that you have to carry forever. It says you are damaged. So you must react like a damaged person. That is a lie. New physics, quantum mechanics, show us something terrifying and beautiful. It suggests that the universe isn't just moving forward. It suggests that the decisions you make right now can actually influence the data of the past. Think of your past not as concrete, but as wet cement. Every time you get triggered and you run the old reaction, you're hardening that cement. You are voting for the trauma. You're telling the universe, yes, keep this timeline alive. But the moment you stop the reaction, the moment you interrupt the loop, you're reaching back in time. You are scooping out the wet cement. You are telling the universe this event no longer has power over me. The deletion protocol isn't about calming down. It's about time travel. It is about collapsing the timeline where you are a victim and opening the timeline where you are the king. So how do we do it? How do we stop a train that is moving 100 miles an hour? Part 3, the FAFO breakdown. We use the acronym FAFO. You know what it usually stands for. Fuck around and find out. Usually, that's a warning. If you mess with it, or if you mess with me, you will find out the consequences. In this house, we flip the script. We're going to fuck around with the program so we can find out who we are without it. Let's break down the mechanics. This is exactly what you do in the 5-second lag. Step 1, F, freeze. The first step is freeze. When a trigger hits, your body floods with cortisol. The system is trying to hijack your motor functions. It wants you to. It wants you to yell. It wants you to send the text. It wants you to buy the thing. Scroll Instagram. Shrink and collapse. The system needs momentum. It needs you to keep moving. So the architect's first move is to kill the momentum. Physically stop. If you're walking, stop walking. If you're typing, drop the phone. If you're speaking, shut your mouth mid-sentence. You're throwing a wrench in the gears. You're cutting the power to the motor. You cannot rewrite the code while the machine is spinning. You must stop the machine. This is the hardest step. Your body will scream at you to move. It will feel like you're dying. It's just the addiction leaving the body. Stand still, hold the line. Step 2, the audit. Now that you are frozen, we move to audit. You are now the observer. You are the scientist in the lab coat looking at the rat. The rat is your ego. Scan the bio hardware. Where is the ghost hiding? Is there a knot in your stomach? Is your chest tight? Is your throat closing up? Is your face hot? Most people say, I'm angry. No, you're feeling a sensation of heat in your chest. See the difference? I am angry is an identity. You're claiming it. I feel heat is data. You're observing it. Ask yourself the magic question. Is this signal or is this noise? Signal comes from the architect. It feels expansive, calm, and clear. Noise comes from the system. It feels urgent, frantic, heavy, fearful. If it feels like urgency, it's a lie. Label it. That is the scarcity program running on loop 4. Good. Now we have isolated the virus. Step 3, F, flush. Now we have to get that energy out. This is flush. Remember, the motor I showed you. We want 97% efficiency. Right now, that trigger is creating entropy, waste heat. If you keep that heat inside, it becomes disease. It becomes depression. It becomes the shadow. We're going to use the entropy breath. I want you to do this with me right now. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, deep. Pull the energy of the trigger. Pull the energy off the trigger. Imagine you're sucking the power out of that fear. Hold for 4 seconds. Compress the energy. Squeeze it. Turn that coal into a diamond. Now, exhale through your mouth, sharp, audible, like a piston releasing steam. Do that 3 times. What are you doing? You're physically venting the system. You're dumping the cache. You're clearing the RAM so the computer can work again. Step 4, the override. Now the vessel is empty. You froze the reaction. You identified the virus. You flushed the energy. You are now in the 0 point. But the vacuum cannot stay empty. If you don't fill it, the system will sneak back in. You must override. This is where you act as the architect. You issue a command. You don't ask. You don't hope. You command. You replace the lack code with the abundance code. If the trigger was, I am going to go broke, the override is, I am a generator of wealth. I command the flow. If the trigger was they don't respect me, the override is my value is inherent. I do not require external validation. You state the truth, and then, and only then, do you move. You have now collapsed the old timeline and started a new one. Part 4, the simulation. Okay, theory is useless without practice. We're going to run a simulation right now. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to bring up a recent trigger. Something that pissed you off. Something that made you scared. Maybe it's a bill you saw yesterday. Maybe it's a fight with your spouse. Bring it up. See it. Feel that chemical hit your body. Feel the tightening. The system wants you to run. It wants you to worry. Step 1, freeze. Stop. Don't move a muscle in your body. Become a statue. You're the rock in the river. Let the water crash around you. You do not move. Step 3, audit. Look at the feeling. Where is it? Is it in your belly, your throat? Don't judge it. Just look at it. Say to yourself, I see you. You are just a program. You're not me. Step 3, flush. Inhale with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull that energy up, hold it, crush it. You are the master of this energy. Now flush it out. Again, inhale power, hold. Exhale the ghost. Feel the biohardware cool down. The machine is silent. Override. In this silence, what is the truth? Say it out loud right now. I am the architect. Say it again. I am the architect. Open your eyes. That is how you delete a timeline. Part 5, the mission. The 0 point state. That process took us 3 minutes. In the real world, you have to do it in 5 seconds. It will be hard at first. You will fail. You will catch yourself after you yelled. That's okay. But every time you catch it, every time you FAFO, you're serving a neural pathway. You're severing a neural pathway that has enslaved you for decades. Your mission this week, I want you to hunt for triggers. Do not hide from stress. Do not hide from difficult conversations. Walk into them because you need the resistance to test the machine. Every time the system tries to jack into your spine, I want you to run the protocol. Freeze, audit, flush, override. Don't tell me you want to change your life. Show me you can change your reaction. Because if you can control the reaction, you control the timeline. I'll see you in the next lesson. Dismiss.